Hello, my name is Angela Owens with Phenomenal Business Solutions, and I help car dealerships streamline their finances, increase their profits, and grow their businesses. Today, I want to share with you about the Buy Here, Pay Here collections that protect your bottom line. Sorry. Okay, so collections matter because they are the lifeblood of your Buy Here, Pay Here business. Every missed payment is lost profit, and protecting your bottom line means protecting your cash flow. So here are the common collection mistakes: waiting too long to follow up on late payments, inconsistent communication methods, and not having a clear payment policy. If you have people paying every week, you don't want to wait more than a week to follow up on them being late. If they're every 2 weeks, you don't want to pass more than 2 weeks. Really, 1 week will be the best deadline for you to follow up on late payments, because the longer that it gets out, it'll get out of hand and it'll be harder for you to collect on those. You want to create a strong collection process. Set clear payment expectations from the start and train your team on handling delinquent accounts, and use a consistent schedule for follow-up. Like I said, you don't want to take more than 1 week to follow up on a late payment. And if you can set up some automations, that will help you as well. And train your team on what is acceptable. Like if they call someone and they need more time to pay, you can talk with your team to let them know what payment arrangements they are allowed to make with your Buy Here, Pay Here customers. You also want to leverage technology like automated payment reminders. Does your DMS allow you to set it up to where if they don't pay by a certain date, then they'll get a text message or email? Or do you have it set up to where they can get a reminder prior to their payment so that they can remember to pay? And make sure you set those up with the link to pay so that they can pay directly from the text message if possible. Also, you want to have online payment portals for convenience. So it'll be more difficult to have to call them and tell them to Zelle you some money or take a payment over the phone, because it may not be convenient for them at that time. So make sure that you have a program where they can actually pay online. And then your CRM or DMS tools can help you track the payment history. So if they are constantly making payments late, you can check into that and try to offer a plan that will help work those things out. And make payment arrangements that work. Offer realistic payment catch-up plans. Require partial payment for releasing the vehicle after your repossession. And avoid setting arrangements customers can't keep. So in one of my other trainings, I explained how you can check to see what type of payment they would actually be able to afford based on their income and other expenses. So make sure that you are helping to make sure that your customers have reasonable payment plans. And also with the realistic payment catch-up plans, if they've gotten so far behind to where catching up will put them in another bind, you can try to see if you can make it to where they can pay at the end, like you can add the payment to the end of the payment plan, or you can split that payment up and they just add a little more to each payment. So just see what you can do for them to be able to go ahead and finish paying that car off. And balance firmness and customer service. You could be empathetic, but you also have to be business focused. So you do want to be caring about the situations that your customers might be having because of why they aren't able to pay, but you still have to look out for your business as well. And avoid emotional decision making and protect the relationship without sacrificing your cash flow. And you need to do monitoring and adjust and regularly review your delinquency reports. Identify patterns in late payments and adjust your policies to reduce future losses. So if it's difficult to restructure your current customers and what's going on with the late payments, you can adjust your policies based on what you are experiencing at your lot so that when you get new buy here, pay here customers, you can possibly change up the way that you offer them the services and different things like that. So just continue to monitor and adjust what you have going on. You know, it's always a learning process, and what your dealership do may be different from another dealership. So you can't always follow what somebody else is doing. You have to see what works specifically for your dealership. So these are red flags at approval that lead to collection issues. If you look at their credit report and they have a history of multiple recent repossessions, they have unstable or unverifiable income, they had a short time at their current residence or job, and they have a high debt to income ratio, and they don't have a down payment or very low equity in the vehicle. So just pay attention to these things, because when you look at the credit report, you're not necessarily looking at the number, because if they qualified for credit with the number, they most likely would have used outside finance, but they are working with you because their credit is not perfect. But you want to check for repossessions. You want to check for how many car notes they have, because they can have multiple cars, and you want to check into that because that can cut into them being able to pay for the car that you have. And also unstable, unverifiable income, and make sure that you can see if your service has where you can log into their bank account. You won't necessarily see everything, but it will allow you to make sure that they have the income that they say that they have. So just be careful when you're offering buy here, pay here to customers, because it is a risk and you want to make sure that you're making the right decision. So the key takeaways is collections directly impact your profitability. Consistency and follow-up are non-negotiable, and strong policies protect your bottom line. So if you need help with any of this, I am happy to sit down and review your buy here, pay here policies and programs and processes and help you get that set up if you have not gotten it set up yet. So be sure to book your appointment with me at angelaJowens.com/calendar. If you haven't already downloaded my ebook, it's angelaJowens.com/5 mistakes. And make sure you follow me on all my social media. These videos get deleted within 30 days from Facebook. So make sure that you follow me on YouTube, because I put these on YouTube as well. So I look forward to meeting you, and have a wonderful rest of your Tuesday. Bye.